Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I'll be continuing my playthrough of Outer Worlds 2. Actually really been enjoying the campaign. Well, not the campaign, it's really just the story. And you know, it kind of feels exactly like the first one, just a little bit better looking. I'm gonna go through my in-game settings, playing at a resolution of 3840 by 2160. No frame rate cap, no VSync, using Nvidia DLSS at the quality preset. No frame generation, but I do have Nvidia Reflex low latency on. And I've got hardware ray tracing off because there seems to be some issues with it at the moment. And for the quality of the game, everything is at very high, which is maximum. Field of views at 90 and no chromatic aberration, just a personal choice for me. So that's pretty much it for the in-game settings. I can see Burke Godrilla says, yo, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. So yeah, just playing some Spaces, well, the Outer Worlds 2. I know it's not getting a good reception really at the moment because of the performance, and it's kind of the story of my life when it comes to Unreal Engine 5 games. It's been something that we've encountered quite a lot this year. I think this has been a year for Unreal Engine 5. Almost every game has been built on that engine. Dex says, please turn on multi-frame gen. I have 5080. Maybe a bit later, but I don't want to turn it on right now.
Why settle when you can thrive?
Alright, there was a place where I can actually get bounties. That's what I'm going to start doing. I'm trying to level up my characters, and doing some bounties would be a good way. There's a terminal that you can access and actually get the jobs. I'm trying to remember where it was. It's around here somewhere. Where is that machine? It's around here somewhere. You check in here, see what's going on. Why is there no power in here? Oh, this is the doctor. I'll speak to her anyway.
Hello again. Remember not to move too swiftly if Copernicus lunges. Oh, how he does like to test the reflexes of others. What can I do for you?
Can't really do anything for me at the moment. Let me see what mission I've actually got at the moment. It's the main mission. I don't really want to prioritize that right now. There's a companion quest I can do, but that's for my robot, which I don't have in my party at the moment. And there's a collectible quest in pursuit for paranoid propaganda. You return. I don't want to do that right now. That's not really a good mission. Okay, what I'm gonna do is try and do some of the bounties. Jeff says, wow, what's with the FPS? This game, for some reason, you get like GPU utilization issues, so you won't really get the maximum out of your GPU sometimes. What I found, at least with the RTX 5090. I'm not too sure why. Where is that machine? Might be over here somewhere.
So who are you rooting for in the tossball leagues this season? Tossball? You mean pitch ball? I mean tossball. You know, weekend football, offside.
Let's speak to her, actually.
Well, if it ain't DB Milver Street's newest sycophant. I'm Officer Babylon Carr, and you can consider that introduction the start and end of our personable relationship. If you'd spoken with me like I suggested, mayhaps the two of us could bandy words, but you didn't. And taking sides with Milver Street means I got no use for you.
Okay, so I can't actually mess with her now that I've done that mission. I guess he actually had to choose one out of the two. Fair enough. Mighty Martin says, hello Bang, doing a late night stream. Yeah, I just kind of finished watching the boxing and not really in the mood to go to sleep, so I thought I may as well play an hour or so. You for real? Question mark says, what do you think the game is similar to? So I think it's similar to like a Bethesda Fallout game without the post-apocalyptic world, sorry. And then it's got other similarities to like some BioWare games, like just the companion system. So it's like it's taken inspiration from multiple games. Jeff says this was supposed to be a counter to Fallout 76, I believe, the original one. Yeah, I think in a to a degree, I think it did that. I really enjoyed the first one. Let's see what you're selling.
Well, if it isn't a new face in Fairfield. What I meant to say is that we now have the new improved Purple Berry Crunch. Now with 10% more flavor. Or was it crunch?
I've got no idea, mate. Let's see what you've got
Like
to
they
sell.
say, a bit spent today is a bullet fired tomorrow.
Okay, he's actually got a legendary revolver, but it's going to cost an arm and a leg. I do happen to just not have enough money, but I can sell a few things. Got a few guns I can sell, so let's do that. IMS gun. What else have I got that I can sell? A lot of junk. I've got a lot of guns that I don't need. It's repeating rifle. I think I got more than one of those. Let's see, what else can I get rid of? Not too much. Rid of one of these. Alright, I think I've just about almost got enough money for this. Alright, let's buy it. A legendary gun that he's got. It's pretty good.
Hello again. I don't think we were properly gladly.
Alright, that'll do me. You for real says, heard you can't respect gun and use mods for stats, mods to cheat codes. This 100% feels like Starfield in many ways. It's got like the hallmarks of pretty much any Bethesda game, to be honest. But I understand what you mean because of the space element of the game. That does make sense. What is this? Snake shot. 35% weak spot, short rounds. Didn't really need that gun, but I'll keep it anyway. Anyway, there's meant to be some this is where there's meant to be a place where you can actually get the bounties. I'm trying to remember where it is. I've actually gone to the machine once already, but because I was doing other things. It's around here somewhere. Just need to find it. It looks like a vending machine, but it's not quite a vending machine. We go to my journal. Maybe there's an actual waypoint to it if you find it. Let's have a look. Deleted. Diabolical drones. Trooper Fogger needs help dispatching a swarm of protecting the Hoover drones. Bounty terminal is in the Fairfield next to the constabulary. Contains all the necessary details. So this is where I'm meant to go. So that would be the bounty job. It's a saloon. Go to region. Yeah, I think this is it. Let's keep heading this way. I mean, Starfield performed better than this, and arguably looked better, or about the same. So it's all about optimization. This is on the Unreal Engine 5. We know that Unreal Engine 5 is a bit troublesome. It doesn't always perform very well. What is that in there? Is that well, that's the doctor. I keep coming back here. There's a mission over here though, that one I'm going to check out. Look, we're up to what, UE5 5.7 now? And I remember trying out 5.6 on Ark Survival Ascended, and that pretty much almost got rid of all of the frame spikes. So it's still an engine that's in progress, which is a weird thing to say because it's people are making full games on them already. But yeah, I think it will get better over time, but I don't really want to wait. It should be ready, or we should be still building games on Unreal Engine 4. If it's not, that's the way I feel about it anyway. Okay, what is going on over here? So a lot of Outer Worlds is about exploring as well, so you just kind of stumble into missions and stuff like that. Goodbye letter. What happened here? But yeah, one thing about Unreal Engine 5, it does look awesome. It does make some really, really good looking games, but you know, appearance isn't everything. And that's the facts. Like, you make a game look good, but if it doesn't perform well, then it's like a double-edged sword almost. It's meant to be something around here, but I'm not too sure what it is. I'm gonna keep searching, hopefully I stumble upon it. What's going on here? This is it. This is the wasp. Nice. Is that the mission done? You avoid drugs and whatever, not leaving in particular vulnerable. I don't understand what these things are. It's like almost you get set a task to behave a specific way and maybe you get bonuses for doing that. I'm not sure, but I'm not interested. I think there's some more of these. There's some more of these drones that I need to take out. Let's keep looking around for them. Bev says, you saved me money. I don't support this kind of swill. And it's been going on for a while. But I just like Outer Worlds, the actual game itself. And I've been looking forward to this one for a while because I enjoyed the first one so much. So for me, it's not a deal breaker. It's not ideal, of course it's not. And I just hope they improve it over time. What happened here? Some kind of predator or something around that's killing everything. I'm still just about in the target area for this mission. Right, I'm out of the target area now. I need to go back. So it's still around here somewhere. Just gotta keep looking around. IT Martin says, yeah, but 5090 will not always use 600 watts. It all depends on the load of the GPU it's rendering. Yeah, it's not always going to do it. It all depends on the load for sure. But some games don't come close to using the full power limit. Like right now, you can see the GPU is using 476 watt. If I was to show you, I don't even have my on-screen display on, but if I did have my other one on, you could see the GPU utilization, and more than likely it's not even hidden 100%. There's got to be some more of these flies somewhere, these drones. They're around here, so I'll find them. I just want to clean up all of my side missions before moving on to my main mission, so I can try and get as much levels up as I can before getting into some deep stuff. Come on, show yourselves. There's got to be some more around here. Jeff says the first one was shockingly short. That made they try to sell the idea of having 20-hour games at a AAA price. I can't even remember how much I paid for the original Outer Worlds, but yeah, it was shorter than I would have liked. It did have, I think it had 1 or 2 expansions as well, which I did, and that kind of added a little bit to the story, but it still, the game was too short. I agree with you there. All right, we found some more finally. We got some more over here. Jeff says, not to sound whiny, but I remember games having better value for time. I just think what you need to realize, you're getting older and harder to impress. Honestly, not much games impress me anymore, and that's just the way it is. That's just part of getting older, and I'm getting a bit more being a tougher crowd. So that's what happens. Like I try to go back and play some of the games I used to play, like just for that classic appeal. And I'm like, sometimes I'm playing them, I'm like, man, this game is incredibly simple. How comes I had such a great time with it? Because the person I am now wouldn't give it the time I did back when it came out. It's just, that's just how things work. Games have come so far now in terms of visuals, motion capture, even having the voice acting to the level we have now. It's almost like a proper job for real actors. And you go back and play some of those PS2 games that most of it isn't even voice acted. There's no such thing as motion capture back then, but you still had a good time. But the point is, most of those games now don't impress me at all. They don't hold my attention like it would have when it first came out. And the bar's been raised, and once you get used to that bar being raised, it's hard to go back. Yeah, I think I've taken all of these down. Let me just collect what they have and get out of here. Vero says, it would be great if you could share your RTX custom OSD. No, I'm not sharing it. That's my custom design, and I don't like the way people feel that they're so entitled to it. Why am I not allowed to have something that's mine and mine alone? Like, if you know how to use Revo Tuner or now to make a custom OSD, you can look at it and replicate it if you can, but ultimately the design is mine, and I choose to keep it that way. There's plenty of customizations you can do. You don't necessarily need to copy my one. but people want to make me feel like I'm being selfish. I've made so many tutorials on OSDs and just tutorials in general for people to kind of get the hang of it. You should take that knowledge and then make something in your own image. That's what you should do. But I just don't like the way people feel that they're so entitled that they can ask me for my time to sit down and make a tutorial for you when it's got absolutely nothing to do with you. I want something to set my videos apart from everyone else's, and that's how it's gonna stay. Yeah, I mean, Skyrim's a classic. Like, even though it's well, Skyrim isn't an old game. It's still got voice acting pretty much everywhere. It's got an amazing soundtrack, and it's highly moddable. If you think Skyrim will be getting played as much as it would be today if you couldn't mod that game, the fact that you can mod that game has given that maybe an extra 10 years of its lifespan. If we were all stuck playing Skyrim as it came out of the case, no, people wouldn't be playing it. But modding community keeps that game alive. So let's just make that very clear. All right, I think I've actually completed that mission then. Let's have a look. Yeah, that mission is pretty much done, so that's fine. There's another one here called The Brain Benders of Auntie's Choice. I've already done that one. I'm trying to clear up my journal because I don't like too much stuff on my map. IT Martin says, I stand with you, bang, you don't own anything. Yeah, I don't. It's just like, I do so much stuff for free. I never put anything behind a paywall. I don't do members only content. But, and look, that's only what you see. I've said, amount of people that have asked me for my OSC and I've said no. Some of them absolutely lose their mind and start telling me, you know, you're selfish, this and that. I'm just like, mate, you're not entitled to my work. I share things that I want to share, and I keep some things to myself. That's the way it should be. I think some people need to like get used to hearing the word no a little bit more often. You can't go through life getting everything you want. Now I've been incredibly generous with my time, but I don't want to make it about that. You know, everyone's pretty cool in general. Everyone's pretty polite, so let's just keep it on a good note. There's just one or two people that need to understand that some things are off limits. Okay, so there's so many missions I can do. Pursuit of... There's still some more here that I need to take care of. It's just so annoying that the way they've set the game up is like it'll put you in the area where you need to be, but doesn't necessarily give you the exact place where the mission's taking place. So you got to do a lot of wandering around. Mighty Martin says, yeah, we are glad that you are streaming here for us. Man, I'm just playing the game and I just thought I'd bring you guys along for the ride. It's good. It makes it more interesting for me because that way I get to see what you guys think about it. And everyone's entitled to their opinion. I really don't have any issue with people that don't like what I'm playing, or if they have strong opinions about the game. I wouldn't even challenge that. That's your opinion. You're entitled to that. So you'll have no argument with me for saying the game's rubbish or it's trash or whatever. I don't care about those kind of things. If I like something, I like it, and I don't expect everyone else to like it. So there's meant to be some more bugs around, or more of those drones, so I keep calling them bugs, but I just don't know where they are. Keep looking around. Hopefully they show up. You for real? Question mark says, people playing older games because the new ones are requiring internet connection. I don't agree with the always connected. Like, I was really annoyed. What game was I trying to play the other day? And I tried to play it offline and it just wouldn't let me play. Yeah, Battlefield 6, that's an always connected game, even for the single player campaign. The reason I tried to play Battlefield 6 offline, if you're wondering, is because when on launch day, when you tried to play the game, there was like a massive queue. So there was like 5,000 people queue. And I was like, man, I don't even want to do multiplayer right now. I just want to do the campaign. So I put my Steam into offline mode, thinking I'll just be off to play the campaign, and I couldn't get into the game. So I was like, what the hell is this? So yeah, that always connected stuff, that needs to go, man. That's not a good thing. There's nothing more in here, so I've searched this place properly. What is this? Oh, you can't do anything. You need a certain amount of skills. Okay, so I know I've searched down here. So there's another building over here. And there's another building over here. I think all of these machines are in these buildings. So I'm going to go over here. Check. Let's check in this building. There's got to be some around here. That's the only thing that would make sense. Thought I heard something. Alright, let's keep heading this way. Just look down here. Okay, I can tick this area off the list. Okay, what about this building? Go and check it out. Jeff says, always on was meant to counter piracy. The worst thing about Battlefield 6 isn't that, it's the fact that you have to give kernel level control. Oh, you're talking about the TPM and what's it called? What it's called now? Secure boot? That's what you're going on about, aren't you? Yeah, I understand a lot of people don't like that. But at the same time, just take a look at the amount of hacking that was going on in the Black Ops 7 beta. It was disgraceful. So, you know, we can't have one without the other, it would appear. I don't... Because look at it, no one likes any type of DRM, but it's kind of necessary. But some DRM is intrusive. Some DRM affects the game's performance. And honestly, I wish there was a way that could make everyone happy. But I just think a game like Battlefield 6 or Call of Duty Black Ops 7 full of hackers just breaks the game, makes the game meaningless, to be honest. It just makes it incredibly frustrating for everyone else that wants to play it honestly. And I think Battlefield 6 beta blocked over 600,000 or 300,000 attempts of hacking. So if you have to give over kernel level access, which hasn't been maliciously used in any way that I've heard of, then I'm prepared to do that. I know not everyone agrees, but I'd rather that than have these scumbag cheaters just ruin the game for everyone. But yeah, I agree though, they should find another way, but at the moment this is what we got. Okay, I got no idea where these machines are. There's meant to be some more, but I think I'm gonna leave this mission now. I'm gonna do something else because it's not urgent. I can always come back and do this another time. I don't want to bore you guys to death. I actually want to do some storyline. So let's look for another mission. Okay, let's fast travel back to the main city. There's some stuff here that I need to do. Saboteur Paradise. That's a main mission. Don't really want to do that yet. Jeff says anti-cheat. Yeah. Funny thing is, people have figured out to counter Javelin. Yeah, just you know why there's so much hackers? Because the people making the hacks are just making so much money off of it. So when there's such a monetary kind of incentive to to hack a game the day it comes out or do it as early as possible, then no matter what these companies do, there's always going to be someone that finds a way to exploit it. So unless they like dramatically change their code, we're going to get cheaters on day one. Like that's just going to happen quite regularly. I'm looking for the bounty machine. I really need to find this thing. I'm gonna check all of these buildings.
Holler when you're ready for me, Doc. I'll be over here. Definitely not in excruciating pain. Don't mean to sound unsociable, but you might not want to stand so close. The bleeding ain't contagious, but it ain't slowed much neither. I hate to bleed all over you. Wouldn't mind conversating a bit, though. Anything to take my mind off the pain. Oh, it stings.
Maybe there's something I can do to help.
I was on sentry duty, bravely surveying our perimeter for threats, when a protectorate drone attacked out of nowhere. Third time in as many days. I returned fire like it was a cereal. Bang, 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 pew, pew, pew. Oh, not excessively, of course. Don't want Auntie taking that extra ammunition out of my paycheck. Again, it was all going fine until the damn thing blasts me while I'm reloading. Mighty uncourteous, you ask me.
Hey 4K mods, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Sorry I missed a few comments. I was just kind of trying to survive.
Trooper Faulkner happened upon the scene just then and dispatched the drone before it could finish me off. No idea where these drones are coming from, but Faulkner's been having a time of it lately. Be nice if someone helped out, but Carr's hands are tied. Lack of resources, I guess? As for the rest of these fine folk, they were attacked by Protectorate while defending the forward operating base. Imagine the base is probably hurting for warm bodies just now.
What about the forward operation base? Maybe I can help with that. Think they'd welcome outside assistance.
Can't imagine they'd turn down help from anyone who knows how to handle themselves and is a friend of Auntie's. The FOB's our main line of defense. The only thing stopping the Protectorate from sending their legions over that bridge of theirs and attacking us here in Fairfield. The man in charge, Commander Torres, is a legend. Rumor has it his troopers are relentless, fighting through wounds that would kill most. What I wouldn't give to join his outfit.
Given your track record with drones, I'd avoid. Yeah. Sounds like a quick way to distinguish yourself. Why don't you volunteer?
Now there's an idea might be worth considering. They do say the quickest way to a promotion is by climbing over other bodies. It's all a moot point till I can get this arm of mine mended. Poor Doc Barnes is working himself to the bone trying to take care of us, but he's only one man. I suppose it could be worse. At least Command's not throwing us at that relay station. Can't imagine the casualties he'd be dealing with then, given all its defenses.
So between Protectorate attacks and rogue drones, what's going on right around here? I want to help this guy, but I also want to do that mission. Mighty Martin says, I was choosing between Battlefield 6 and Ark and have chosen Ark Raiders. Battlefield 6 already has cheating problems and I don't want to deal with that. Yeah, fair enough. I already have Battlefield 6, so Ark Raiders I think I'm going to buy as well. Because I did kind of enjoy that beta more than I thought I would.
World always shines a little brighter after a few swigs of Spectrum. I don't know. You some kind of doctor type?
I'm just gonna lie.
Wow, those must be some advanced courses because I've never even heard of them. Well, all right then. Just hope you're not squeamish. That don't exactly inspire me with confidence, but I'll take a hopeful prognosis over the alternative any day.
Sorry, I can't build any more help.
Don't sweat it none. Auntie's Choice advocates for self-reliability anyway. Can't go around expecting other people to solve my problems for me, right?
But you're here. I want to help that other guy though. That's right, put yourself together by your bootstraps.
No, I'll be paying him for a service. I'm supporting the local economy, you see. Anyway, thanks for stopping to chat. The other troopers here ain't exactly chatty types. Maybe on account of the blood loss?
I was hoping to get a side mission out of that, but it didn't quite work out. Alright, let's get out of here. There's nothing really here that I need.
feel about that, except that I hate it.
Never been the type to sit behind a desk all day. What'll it be, stranger? That is an ensuing step on my 19-point business plan. Trying to find a name that would convince patrons to spend their hard-earned bits here. Like to hear a few contenders?
Well, what have you got so far?
At present, my top favorites are 1. The Drunken Haggler, 2. Accessories, 3. Absinthe-Minded, 4. The Fair Shake. Now tell me, which would make you spend your hard-earned bits here?
The Fair Shake.
Well, that's what we'll call it then. I'll tell future business partners we did extensive outside testing. I can now check off step 18 of my business plan. Shh, not so loud. Look, operating a new location sure ain't easy. Swear I get blamed for anything going wrong, whether it's my fault or some foul up from the local head office. But the nice thing about Fairfield, if you sound like you got some know-how, people believe just about any bit of hooey or bunkum you declare.
Jeff says Battlefield 6 experience was decent counter to cheating, but ever since they shut down XP gain, it's never been the same. Not worth it anymore. Damn. Mighty Martin says, I'm gonna get it when it comes on sale. No way I'm paying 70 euros for a lobby full of cheaters. Hey man, I agree. I got it for a reasonable price, but yeah, full price, that's insane. Actually, I wouldn't even say reasonable price. I paid £60 for my Battlefield 6 and that was a regular version, so it's a bit annoying.
Time for another performance review already. Apologies, I'm still applying the required elbow grease to scour these surfaces, just like a novice facility sanitizer should.
Okay, do you need any help with that? I'm not really a janitor, but keep up possible work. Goodbye. Facility sanitizer, you mean a janitor?
Oh no, I'm not getting demoted again, am I? This meritocratic society is still so foreign. The workplace skullduggery, the prioritizing of self over community, the excessively colorful nutrition. I fear I'm not cut out for this canid, eat canid lifestyle. Seems the only way to flourish is through general underhandedness and ruthless efficiency. Never picked up those skills in my 50 years as Fairfield's drone operator. Pity they didn't keep me on there. I was quite skilled at it.
Okay, we can help with that. Keep your chin up.
Oh, you do me a kindness, neighbor. Perhaps I might find my place in this community yet.
So you can just be generally nice to people. Sometimes it will lead you to get in like a side mission, sometimes it doesn't. So I just speak to everyone that I can and hopefully good stuff happen.
You ever find yourself with too much disposable income? I got plenty of ideas on how to dispose of it.
Okay, we're already being in here. Yeah, I think this is the bounty machine I was talking about. I'm just gonna have a look on the map so I know where to come the next time. So it's this building. Okay. Local bounties, wanted drone swarm. Right, already done that one. Okay, I've already done these missions. Return the bounty terminal, destroy the drones. Already done that one.
Every time I think I'm having a bad...
Alright, let's have a look if there's any other side missions I need to do. It says if you return the periodical you found with her name on it, perhaps she'll provide you with a reward. Okay. So where is this? Go to regional. So it's around here somewhere. Alright, let's just fast travel. I really want this mission off my list. Turn our light on, it's night time now. I think I can use here. Oh, I remember this place. Right, let's get out of here. This isn't exactly where I'm meant to be. Saying it's just over here. Maybe there's someone in here that we need to speak to. IT Martin says, I'm gonna get it when it's on a sale. No, yeah, you already did. I already read that comment. Yeah, I mean, hopefully they try to deal with that cheating problem, because it's just ridiculous. I really don't understand why people cheat like that, because at the end of the day, where's your sense of achievement? If you're like using aimbots and you're using wall hacks and all of these weird stuff, that this goofy stuff that all of these cheaters are using, then like you're not exactly showing that you're skillful. You're just showing that, you know, you need extra help. That's basically what it is, and it's ruining the experience for everyone else. I just wish cheaters were forced to play with other cheaters, and then they'll realize just how screwed up the experience is when you're playing against other cheaters. That's the only thing I wish that they could do. Don't even ban cheaters, just put them against everyone, put them against each other, and then let all the people that want to play honestly play against themselves. Already checked that place out. Right. What I'm looking for is definitely not in here, so let's like get out of here. We're looking around. Jeff says human nature. Yeah. It's unfortunate though. I mean, I don't even like cheating on single player games. I just don't like doing it. It's just like, I'd rather suck at a game, and at least I'm honest that I need to improve. I can be honest with myself and say, listen, you're not good enough. You can improve. Like, resorting to cheating, that's just like, that's some sucker shit, man. I don't approve of it. It's like, it makes sense if you just want to, say you wanted to do like a, get to a certain point of a game and you just wanted to speed run the way through, and because there's no way to do it quickly, you used a cheat or infinite health or infinite ammo glitch or something just to get to where you want to be, and then you disabled the cheat, then that makes sense. In areas like that, I could accept it, but in general, when you're playing against other people, absolutely not. It doesn't make any sense to me. Counter-Strike did that. Certain players judged kill cams and placed the people they judged as cheaters alongside other cheaters. That's awesome, man. I wish more people would do that. And that's how most cheaters are caught. When you're watching the kill cam back, and then you realize you literally locked onto me while I was behind you or behind cover, and all of your shots are hitting head without any recoil, and there's a snap lock on. You're just looking at it like, man, if it wasn't for the kill cam, we wouldn't even know that you were cheating. So it all depends on if the community could do a good enough job. Some people could try to abuse that system, so you would need someone human to like oversee that, just to make sure like no one's just taking advantage of that mechanic. So yeah, I don't see that being a thing, because you need someone on standby 24/7. But it's a cool idea though, because at least the cheaters will keep that in mind, that there's a potential that you're going to ruin my fun and put me with other cheaters.
Oh, what's this? Non-protectorate personnel just sauntering up onto my porch, free as they please. Admit I'm accustomed to a higher standard of precaution. State your purpose, outsider, or exit yon way you came.
I've got something for you.
Ah,
I see you've discovered some of my misappropriated materials. Careful labeling proves prudent and useful yet again. Here, for your effort. A full set of Science Adventures Quarterly was stolen from me and sold to various unknown parties across the island. Since you've already proven adept at their repossession, I would put it to you to locate the rest. In exchange, I will provide you with rarities and bits.
Sure, I'll find you missing stuff.
Ah, quite right. In fact, delightful. I am pleased you are on the case, as it were. So very Zane and Buddy. Return again when you have another 4 volumes, and I will trade them for more valuable oddities. May safety, amity, and ease be yours.
Okay, so the mission is locate, bring... Okay, I just gotta go and find some more of that stuff. Jeff says it had to be blatant. Yeah, I would imagine so. They don't want to... If there is any room for being unsure, then yeah, I think you shouldn't kick that person off the server or whatever. So yeah, that makes sense. But again, you still need a lot of people to judge that correctly. I can see that being abused though, some type of way. So she needs to fire 5 volumes of Science Adventure Quarterly, Scale of Paradise. So this is like one of those missions where you gotta find 5 magazines. That will probably take a long time. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go back to the main mission now and see what I can do. I've done what I can. I'm going to try out frame generation now, see how that goes. So right now I'm getting 75 FPS. Got decent latency, kind of under 20 milliseconds. So let's see how things look when I use frame gen. Never tried frame gen on this game yet, so should be interesting. Let's go with 4x, just go all the way in, see how that goes. Go up to 249, 250 FPS. What I do need to do is monitor a different type of latency for that to make sense. So let me just quickly do that now. So as you can see, I'm monitoring render latency. Need to monitor average latency to account for frame gen. So as you can see now, I'm getting like 37 to 40 milliseconds of latency, while getting over 241 FPS. But it feels pretty nice and smooth.
Traded 1 Borst rocket for a whole tin of prestige Borst flow. Straight up.
And?
I'd love to stand here and gab, but not really.
Air on this planet's strange. No stimulant gases. Don't like it.
Alright, let's continue with the main mission now. Jeff says, when you think Reflex 2 is going to be implemented? Didn't they say it was going to be part of the finals, but then didn't they cancel the finals? I'm not too sure. I think Reflex 2 is not going to be like it's not going to be like a global thing that you find in almost every game. It's going to be like specifically implemented by developers. So I think that support for Reflex 2 is not going to take off like mainstream wise. It's just going to be very limited. So I'm not excited about it, but I want to see it in practice though.
Banter elsewhere.
Just heard tell some of my troops stormed the bridge to the Vox relay. Auntie may be displeased, but the results speak for themselves. Such a shame the troops won't be receiving any promotions for their daring.
Refusing to promote them, why?
Insubordination in Auntie's choice is as frequent and spontaneous as death, and twice as unwelcome. Not to mention some of those bodies we're fixing for my role. Important part is the bridge is in our grasp. I'm planning to keep it that way.
Okay, fair enough. Is there anything else I can do with
The peddler of
that?
half measures returns. Suppose it's too much to hope that you speak in half sentences. Make it quick, yeah?
Jeff says, I live in the middle of the Pacific, so latency sucks. Damn. What's the fastest internet connection you got over where you at? Can't really speak to this lady because I've been doing missions for that other dude, so I may as well continue to do missions for this other dude now because she doesn't want to mess with me. So let's speak to him.
Pardon me for being preoccupied. I've got Westport on my mind. All those prodigal, sad, sorry refugees. All that wasted potential. Excellent. Here's the kit. Advertisement tapes, ambidextrine, assorted stimulants, free samples of Purple Berry Crunch, everything you need to wage war on the undecided mind. With that, I shall mark the locale. Begin with the vigilant Hogarth. Motivate him to depart, and his subjects will trot in file behind him, woolly cow-like. Now I'm sure
150 to 200 milliseconds. That's crazy.
Shall the reward be worthwhile? Well, wonder no longer.
How do you play online with that? That must be pretty hard for you.
Replica of my one-of-a-kind, limited production, gentle person's Oxonian.
Just worry about getting me into Vax, mate.
Then consider yourself officially deputized in the war to further innovation and the free market. Be forewarned. I can only guess at the needs of the denizens of Westport. You must engage with them, gauge their situation. Only then can you motivate them adequately. Do I look like Officer Carr to you? Guns.
Don't come by crying to me if all the refugees are killed by raptidons. What's that? Raptidons on the way here. Okay, well, we've got a mission that we need to go and do now, so that's something. Let's go and speak to this lady.
What is it? Make it quick, yeah?
She doesn't want to speak to me about anything. Well, that's fine. Let's go and do this mission. Hopefully my team won't frown upon me or feel differently about me for doing this mission, because sometimes if you do something that one of your allies don't like, it can cause them to want to leave your party. All right, where is this? Okay, it's a bit of a long run, but we'll go and do it.
This new corporate life is so confusing for us protectorate folk. Do you mind?
Jeff says, well, private games with local hosts, like Battlefield 6 Experience. I played World of Warcraft for years that way. Never got high uptime because of latency. Okay, fair enough.
Ask them defectors if they
Mighty Martin says, where I live, our country is most on optical fiber, so my latency is around 80 milliseconds, playing around 150 milliseconds is crazy. Hey man, we ain't also lucky, but yeah, most of the UK is the same. I've got like 1 gigabyte up, 1 gigabyte down, so I'm pretty good. That's how I'm able to stream to multiple platforms and like have over 500 megabytes to spare. Like, I got so much bandwidth I don't even know what to do with it. It actually feels pretty good with multi-frame gen. This actually feels really good. I may have to do like an individual video about it.
Reckon there might be a few loose raptidons wandering around. You know that Auntie's choice ain't liable for raptidon-based injuries when there's a war on.
Let me speak to this chick. I don't know what she's... Maybe she can give me a mission or something.
Careful, friend. Reckon there might be a few loose raptidons wandering around. You know that Auntie's
Just said, okay, I've already read that comment.
This stretch runs between Fairfield and the Eastern Forward Operating Base. North of here is an old abandoned chapel.
Careful of friendly fire if you head down past the...
Don't worry. There will be no friendly fire.
472 means they're gonna fill anything that moves forward.
Could have probably fast traveled here, to be honest, but I always like to do things on foot. Sometimes you run into random missions, sometimes you find some good loot, or you just end up fighting enough animals to get a level up, so you don't always want to fast travel everywhere. The hell? Did I just go a full circle, or is this a different place? Yeah, it's a different place. I wonder what happened to these guys. Mighty Martin says, sorry, Jeff says, I really don't want them to rely on FrameGen to make games playable. Mighty Martin says, when I first time I tried multi-FrameGen in Half-Life 2 RTX Remix, I knew this is a feature and I understand why developers are using it to boost the overall experience. Yeah, I mean, if it feels good and the game's still playable, honestly, I can't really see too much of a negative. Obviously, with the multiple frames, you can sometimes get artifacts and you know, very poor latency that can impact the experience. But if you can control the latency to an acceptable experience, for example, just using things like Nvidia Reflex and AMD anti-lag and things like that, and you can make sure that there's no artifacting, then I'm in favor of FrameGen. I'm not really against it. Sometimes it also gets rid of that CPU limitation issue. I remember there was one game that FrameGen made the game feel much better. I think it was Warhammer 40k Darktide. That game was so CPU limited, and then the moment you put on FrameGen, all the frame spikes disappeared, all the CPU limitation disappeared, and the game was just so much more playable. So sometimes it works well.
Don't suppose you checked in with Vigilant Hogarth yet, eh?
I spoke to others who didn't hesitate talking with me. Why should you?
All right, I guess. I'm maybe just a mite bit anxious on account of this new assignment. I mentioned to the Vigilant how I'd reset my chef mech to prepare meals to my liking. Next thing you know, he puts me in charge of repairing all the mechs in Westport.
Mech repair, isn't it? So you're saying you're underqualified for the job?
Not exactly. All the underlying logic's the same if you mull it over. I've been trained to run them big algae processing units, which are a fair amount more complex. It's just, subjects are expected to mind their assigned area and particular forte. So I was a mite taken aback, but I am happy to help the system abide any way I am able. I assume those are approved protectorate announcements, correct? With everyone's neighbor prudence and the like? I mean, sorry. Of course they are. Loudspeaker control terminal is in the proclamation station, a few structures over. One with the antenna. I suspect they go there. Not to indulge in idle talk, but things have been different around here of late. Not at all overwhelmed or terrified of dying, though, of course. The system abides.
Well, thanks for being so helpful. Christian Zek says, hello mate, nice to see you online again. What is the game what is this game platform, this game on, please? I noticed, for example, COD series works better FPS wise on native Battle.net platform, Battlefield 6 EA app versus Steam. I'm playing this via the Xbox app. I don't know what other platforms it's available on, probably Epic Store. I don't know about Steam, but I'm playing on the Xbox app, so hopefully that answers your question. Okay.
Much to do, truly. Toughest challenge now is upkeep of key apparatus. If that generator goes, for instance, doubt I have means to fix it. We lose power to charge our mechs, this place is done for. Final nail in the coffin, or similarly minded metaphor of your choosing. Not that the paradigm would allow that, of course.
Any thoughts on other residents of Westport?
Curativist Row is a fine sort. Pillar of our community. Might impatient, sure, but with how busy she is, we'd all do well to respect her time. Watch out for that wine trot fellow. Talk your ear off if you let him. Kind of lonesome, but doesn't let anybody near his place for some reason. Even before the flooding. Everybody else? Decent enough, I guess.
We'll have to check that out. That sounds suspicious.
Well, mechs do all the heavy work for us in the Protectorate. Just like each of us, each type of mech has their assigned specialty. Takes a little doing, but you can readjust them. The combat mech can be reconfigured to oversee comestible distribution, for instance. Or mine or harvest crops. All you need is the know-how to retool their subroutines. And the right parts. Plenty of parts. Granted, reprogrammed mechs are never as efficient as those specially made for a role, but they get by, eventually, after a fashion.
Yeah, but the thing is, with that idea, Christian's X, is I would have to buy multiple games, multiple versions of the same game to play on different platforms. I don't have the expenditure to do that. Yeah, that's not something I could do, especially how expensive games are getting.
Even if I did ever fall prey to such treacherous whimsy, you think I'd be fool-headed enough to admit it to a stranger? Look like I've been kicked by an automech or something? I mean, void damn. Vigilant Hogarth's still here. No matter how bad it gets, keeps us going. Keeps us right. Folks like him prove the paradigm is aligned with the Architect's plan. Just gotta trust the rightful guidance of the Vigilance and the Sovereign.
Yeah, this dude's got a lot to say.
Think I care more about remuneration than helping my neighbor? Nah, I'd rather live in an honest-to-goodness community than be surrounded by them individualist backstabbers. Sure feel sorry for them. Maybe someday after we, well, utterly crush their forces and disprove their bent philosophy, we can show them all a right, better way to live. You don't say. Huh. So it's only here with our, perfect society that it works our way. How, fortunate for us all to benefit from such judicious guidance.
See, if you converted to Auntie's choice, your talents would be richly rewarded.
That's a right intriguing proposition. I do wonder what it's like to have a choice about things. If it weren't for Vigilant Hogarth, I do believe I'd scupper off to, well, you know where. Yeah. You convince him, I'm in. But I owe him enough I wouldn't abandon him for nothing.
PM says, what up? I'm good, thanks for tuning in. And Saleh Sinan says, are you using FrameGen? Yep, I'm using FrameGen X4. Just thought I'd try it out. I've played native quite a bit, but it actually feels pretty good. It does feel slightly less responsive, but we'll see if that has an impact when I get into a gunfight. Anyway, I came here to speak to someone. I ended up speaking to that guy with a bowler hat on for like 20 minutes. Christian's X says 3 to 4 games max. You find a friend or someone that has a family share on Steam. Yeah, I guess I could look around, but again, that's just like so much hassle. And I'm not that interested, to be honest. Like, because say if it varies, for example, say if you bought The Witcher 3 on Steam and then you had The Witcher 3 on GOG and then it worked better on GOG, and then you bought Battlefield 6 on Steam and you bought Battlefield 6 on the EA app, but it worked better on Steam. If it keeps switching, what advice can you really say? There isn't a formula to always buy the best game on the best platform. You're gonna buy, most people buy their games on Steam because Steam has like the friends environment and like the, you know, the screen capture environment. It's like one of the oldest stores on PCs, so most people will be on Steam anyway, so ultimately people are just gonna buy it on Steam.
It is my esteemed pleasure to welcome you to Westport, once a shining testament to Protectorate excellence, now a picturesque example of the evils of corporatism. But where are my manners? We do not have much, but please let me offer you some victuals. Dut dut, I insist. Serving Unit 1, Something for the visitor at once?
Confirmative.
Perhaps you're wondering why I'd open my arms thusly for a stranger. Simple. As the guiding light for humankind, we always put our best foot forward, regardless of circumstance.
Is that so?
I believe something still can be done. This town can be saved, its people given a reprieve. Were we to acquire the one thing vital to our existence, automech parts. What?
Comestibles served.
We of the Protectorate pride ourselves on our mech programming. Among the vigilant, it is even considered something of a sport. We are not miracle workers, however. Without parts to work with, we've no hope of remaking our mechs to do tasks beyond their initial functions. We need repair mechs, domestic mechs, not combat ones. Serving Unit 1 here is about as much as can be accomplished without replacement parts. Oh, you failed to hear the loudspeakers on the way in? The announcements were obliged to repeat incessantly. Well, allow me to paraphrase. Protectorate law finds us guilty of treason on account of letting Westport fall prey to Auntie's choice saboteurs. These fine and decent folk don't deserve having their lives thrown away on account of my failures. If I can return the settlement to a reasonable facsimile of its previous glory, sufficiently functioning by employing mechs reprogrammed to repair and rebuild, the arbiters might see fit to penalize only me, commute the others' sentences, allow them to maintain things around here in the spirit of continuity and such.
Look around. If the Protectorate wanted to do right by you, you wouldn't be starving and wallowing in this metal quagmire. You want to help your people? Go to Fairfield.
Fairfield? Why, they're the reason we're in this mess. You'll forgive me for questioning such timely offers of generosity and kindness. No thank you, not interested. I owe it to every single person here to try.
This guy gives me like 10 penny vibes from Fallout. If you require assistance, let's negotiate my fee. You're just delaying the inevitable. Defecting to Fairfield is your only option here. Yeah, let's do that.
Of course. Abandon every last ideal to climb the rungs of the corporate ladder. A trifling matter to be executed with an insouciant air.
Well, it's either that or die here with all dignity tossed asunder. Be smart. Take the deal.
Nobody needs go anywhere. Not when we can still save Westport. We of the Protectorate endure as one, regardless of any hardships we must face. I have the aid of key pillars of our community, several persons of note and good character who stand with and by me, and our town still functions. Our automechs are still running, mostly. We have a generator to power them, fresh water, the reassuring voice of everyone's neighbor Prudence wafts from our loudspeakers.
Okay, fine. I get it. If you said you needed automech parts earlier, I think if I give people all of the stuff that guy gave me, then he'll lose the support. So we can kind of do it that way as well. Sounds like you're trying to close a hull breach with a spill of sprat hides.
Mock me if you must, but the matriarch herself made greatness out of little. I have a brighter future in mind for Westport, one you can help with, in fact, rather than dwelling on dark maybes and scenarios of worst imagining.
Alright, let's see what you got to offer.
Understand your reticence. I dare say I even share it. After a lifetime of strict compliance with state edict, feels almost mutinous to pursue such an undertaking. It's a gamble, no arguing that. But anything else is simply giving up and waiting for the end.
Your dedication to your people is inspiring. I'll get those parts for you. So I might be able to help find parts, but we'd have to discuss compensation. Yeah.
What sort of payment do you seek? Don't imagine we have much you need.
Well, you have intimate knowledge of the Vox station.
Enough to lead and inspire those who work there, once at least. I was previously the ranking vigilant on this island. Why do you ask?
I've got my business.
Difficult place to saunter into. Station's off limits to anyone without the highest security clearance. For anyone lacking reason to be there, it's assured suicide. In exchange for the automech parts we need, I can provide you means to get inside. Never dream of such a proposal in days of reason and quietude. Yet such is the here and now we find ourselves in.
Okay, we have ourselves a deal.
Wonderful. My unavoidable march to the gallows feels lighter already. At least now my subjects will have a fleeting chance. The parts can be found at the Euphoria Coast Automech Repair Center to the south. But do not, under any circumstances, tell those stationed there why you need them. To get inside, you will need an access pass from the Ministry of Accuracy. Since we have all been marked as traitors, I cannot create one for you here.
Okay.
Farewell now.
Okay, so I know what I got to do now. I can talk to all these people
Hey, Commander,
and...
could I have a word with you real quick? I hope you're not seriously considering helping the Protectorate here. I know these folks seem on the down and out, but we're as like to do more harm than good by siding with them.
Okay, see, this is the annoying thing about having party members. If you want to do something, sometimes they'll have an issue with it, and then you have to kind of, if you want to keep everyone happy, you got to find a compromise. So Niles is not happy with it, so maybe I should find another way. Sorry, it says Mighty Martin says that woman almost sounds a little bit like Miley Cyrus. I didn't notice. I'm not sure about that. Maybe we should weigh in our options. I don't have time for interest in debating it. I can't ignore suffering. Reviving Westport seems the right thing to do. That's fine. I'm leaning towards converting them all.
Right. Okay. Well, if we do as Milver Street's asked and convert the populace to Auntie's choice, they're more likely to get the care they need and not be sentenced to death. Milver Street also promised us a way into the Vox. Oh, and a ritzy hat. Man drives a hard bargain. If he can be trusted.
Okay, that's fine.
Given the condition of this place, I'd assume no shortage of willing spirits eager for a way out. But then, reason's sometimes hard to come by with the Protectorate. Before you make a decision one way or the other, let's ask around. See what the residents have to say. No use trying to lift up those attached to the muck.
Lion says, do you think this visual is worse optimized than Space's Choice? Space's Choice actually got better after it got patched. When it first came out, it was really, really bad. But then it got better. So Space's Choice in its current form is actually not so bad. So I wouldn't say this is better though. No. It's worse optimized. Right, because I don't want to annoy Niall, so I want to keep my party members like on side and supportive of me. I'm gonna just do the mission I got paid to do, or try to convert all the people to siding with me, so the mayor can lose his lose any kind of leverage he has. Let's start giving away all that stuff.
The wireless said that flooding Westport is routine maintenance to remove the dust.
Alright, I need to get down there safely. Find a way to do that.
Prudence dictates that we watch our neighbors, but I may just invite him over to make it easier.
We must all do our part to maintain it. Keep doing your job with
Westport's huge.
keep informing on your neighbors. Same as ever. But prudence dictates we give it a little extra added zeal for now, just to offset any minor disruption.
Yeah, there's no quick way to get here. You pretty much got to run all the way around. Alright, let's do these guys one by one. Can't get in here.
Let me know when you need a distraction.
These Protectorate machines, I forgot they're not friendly.
How are you still upright over there?
Okay, what was we looking for over here? Dismantle purify coupling. Westport portable water supply. Add skin powder, yeah. One thing we can do. What else can we do to sabotage the town? Whatever we do, if it gets the same result, I guess it doesn't really matter. Guess we've got to go in here as well. Is there actually a safe way to get in here? I think there is. Useful in here.
I was sad for a moment because my house got submerged in the flooding. Then the wireless told me everything was splendid.
Even the most robust
I inhaled so much dust and debris during the attack.
Still hurts. Individualists within Auntie's choice. So don't fret. The system is resilient. The system abides. But now, we must all do our part to maintain.
Alright, let's get out of here. More things we can do to sabotage the town. Illegal March CH says best view. Man, get the hell up out of here, man. Let's get these bots. Okay, before we get out of here, there's some more that we need to do. There's one up here.
I had a nightmare that the matriarch didn't gift us the paradigm.
Not in here. It's around the corner. Can't get in here. What are we supposed to do? I guess there's another way up, but how do you get up there? There's definitely another way in, but you gotta climb up. Alright, I made it. There's a way to get in because there's like a hole in the building over here. Alright, we made it. I don't want to plant explosives, but we can put that stuff in. The level up for that. Right, let's see what skills I can improve on. My guns, my leadership. Do. Let's get out of here. That should stop them to be able to make any more new mechs. Jeff says I definitely seen smoother, even with YouTube compression. Yeah, the best way I can describe it is like I don't know if you've got like a smart TV or what I imagine you have, but something like interpolation. It kind of feels like the soap opera effect when you're watching normal TV on your like Samsung or your LG, and then you put on like the interpolation, and then you get like that kind of extra smooth viewing experience. It's like that.
That endless yapping is more insipid than I'd imagined. Well, look who it is. What is it? Speak your mind. Thought you'd agreed to help us, not those corporate heathens. Not my favorite topic of discourse, but I do like the cut of your jib. Very well. State your piece.
This place is closer to death than you realize. You don't have power anymore.
My people are prepared to die. As subjects of the Protectorate, we are born to give our lives to the Sovereign, whether he asks for them or not. Perhaps you are correct. Ironically, now that we're all traitors, they really don't need my permission to leave, but if they want it, they shall have it. My former subjects are free to live an empty life with Auntie's choice. I'll make an announcement. Order them to depart for Fairfield, but I will be staying.
You should leave with your people.
Should I? Haven't I failed them enough for one lifetime? No. I will stay here and loyally await the judgment I richly deserve.
See if we can convince him to go. Being a loyal subject shouldn't require you to die needlessly.
Adherents are expected to hold firm to the end. Such is the degree of our devotion.
For protection, Protectorate failed Westport. It's not too late for you to live.
I suppose my duty to my people remains, whether here or in Fairfield. All right. I'll go. Unsure how I'll endure such an empty existence. Perhaps if I offer my old subjects periodic advice, our sense of community may somehow, despite the wiles of commercialism, remain.
Yeah, best of luck with that.
All right then. Suppose it's time to make my announcement.
Okay, I got the job done. Let's go back. Jeff says, is it like 1080i versus 1080p? I don't actually have much experience with 1080i, but could possibly be that.
Attention, everyone.
A similar thing.
Attention. I, Vigilant Ogden Hogarth, hereby do order all subjects under my command to abandon the settlement of Westport at the earliest possible juncture.
Yeah.
You are to depart for the township of Fairfield, safely and together. Once there, you are to appeal to local authorities for citizenship with Auntie's choice.
Right, let's see what I can craft. Let's see now. I can make some more bullets. Right, let's go back to that guy. Mission got completed. It does fast travel, but I'm just gonna run there. Just see if I run into any more trouble.
Just hope the arbiters don't get sore about us leaving.
Well, we've been ordered.
Jeff said interlace versus progressive. Yeah, I'll say that's similar experience. Well, that's more visual though. I would say it's more of a feeling. Oh, TVs make smooth video playback. I mean, okay, in that sense, yeah, that makes sense. We've got some bad guys out here.
What do you mean you're leaving? Shift's over. Rolling up my sleeve.
Elite North says, damn, that frame rate. Are you using FrameGen? How is the performance on the game? I saw Digital Foundry's PC review and it seemed like the game ran really poorly. It doesn't run that great. I am using FrameGen X4, but I thought I'd try it out because I've been playing native pretty much for hours. But FrameGen actually works pretty well on this game. You're using less power now. I'm only using 450 watt. I know that sounds like a lot, but for 5090, that's actually pretty good. And the game's just nice and smooth, like buttery smooth. It just feels like yeah, it feels nice. Honestly, I got no issue playing like this. Maybe if the latency's too much of an issue, you can probably drop down to 3x. Maybe that will help a little bit, but 4x seems fine. Anyway, gonna make my way back. Elite North says, what kind of FPS do you get with DLSS without ray tracing and everything on? You get around like 55 to 60 sometimes, and then sometimes even in the mid 40s. So it's up and down. It's not great. So I wouldn't recommend it.
Careful of friendly fire if you head down past the farm. Last time we wandered past, they opened fire on us.
But so far, since been playing with multi-frame gen, I haven't noticed any artifacting. It's actually been really stable, and it just feels silky smooth.
This stretch runs between Fairfield and the Eastern Forward
Careful,
Operating
friend.
Base.
Reckon there might be a few loose raptons wandering around.
So I just want to say, if you're new, guys, consider subscribing or following, and I appreciate that. If not, then just hit the thumbs up if you're enjoying the stream. That will also help support the channel, and I'd appreciate that too. Okay, almost back to the town. Man, I didn't realize the town was this far away. I made it. Elite North says, that's crazy. Thanks for the heads up. Guess I won't try 4040p DLAA on my 5080 van when it's unlocked for the Xbox Game Pass. I think it comes out on the 28th. So Tuesday.
You've lifted my spirits right out of their doldrums. Our new guests have just arrived. Here, a considerable reward for your considerable efforts. From the hushed grumblings of the refugees, I've gathered that you, perhaps... I've two minds about the convertees. Anyone with eyes can see they need guidance, but a pernicious system is not easily abandoned. Have you any thoughts? I have a second cousin in experimental product design who's been working on a supplement for just that. Though most of her prototypes result in projectile eye bleeding, you've given me a great deal to think about. I am in your debt. I cannot overstate what a capital compatriot you've been, my friend. Now be off. I've many refugees to see to.
Hey, you got a deal that you need to honor.
Plan is such a strong word. Let's call it a hunch. Consider this your first lesson in propaganda. Find whatever your target desires most and use it towards your own ends. Speak with Vigilant Hogarth in the building beside the saloon. He was in charge around here before we arrived. I have no doubt he knows vital information to the Vox's functioning. Now, should you ever find yourself visiting the ACS Undisputed Claim, do come see me. I've no doubt that when we next meet, I'll have risen 6 ranks, at least. Farewell.
Fine, you better be telling the truth. Yeah, because we'll come back and do something too. Anyway, guys, just wanted to play a little bit of the Outer Worlds 2. Feeling a little restless, but I think that's about it for me. It's pretty early in the morning over here in the UK, 3 AM to be precise. So yeah, trying to get some sleep. But I appreciate everyone that got involved in the chat. If you're new again, please consider subscribing or following. If not, just hit the like button. Help support the channel. I appreciate that too. So I'll see you guys in the next stream. Thanks for watching.